Alright, so welcome to part 2 of I have a humongous problem with Watch Mojo. Yeah, they just... If you're going to do hip-hop lists and you're going to do lists that have to do with rappers or the hip-hop culture, and don't do them unless you won't get it right, that's fine. You got your little more feminine channel and went and did Miss Mojo for more feminine shit, then maybe you need to get your own channel for hip-hop shit. Like the one guy said, well, they don't want to, it's not black, it's not a black-white thing, it's a hip-hop knowledge thing. Let me just put that out there right now. No pun intended, because I put part 2 in black and white so we knew which was which. But part 2 of rappers, and let me just start in case you're watching part 2. Quick recap. Watch Mojo put out this list of top 10 worst rap names. The top 10 worst rap names was Mr. Cheat, Slim Jesus, Shaggy 2 Dope, Chamillionaire, Walker Flock of Flame, Vanilla Ice, Chingy, Bubba Sparks, Soulja Boy Tell 'em, and Flo Rida. Honorable mentions was Lil Bow Wow, Lil Scrappy, Shorty Shitstain, who should have been #1 with the bullet, and Hobson. If you're watching this video first, you will find my explanation of why this pissed me off so bad in the other video and why I felt like a lot of these names shouldn't even been on the list. So these are the rappers that I'm just really not that familiar with, if I'm honest. But why would you name yourself this? Bus driver. For real? Like, that's it? Bus driver? Like, why? Why bus driver? Are you a bus driver? Like, if you don't like the cover of your album, you know, with the old school 60s bus driver outfit on in front of a bus like this, I guess I can't be mad, but please, if anybody knows, y'all know how I do. Thank you so much for my subscribers. We're almost to 1,000. We're almost at our goal. But if you are a subscriber and you've been watching my videos, you know how much I love input and information, and correct me if I'm wrong. So if anybody knows why his name is Bus Driver, please comment below and let me know. I mentioned him in the other video if you haven't watched it yet, but Earl Sweatshirt. Earl Sweatshirt. I just don't understand. Like, y'all watch all my hip hop videos and I usually be here. That would be like my name being Jimmy Sunglasses, or Jimmy Work Clothes, or Jimmy T-shirt, or Jimmy Fitted Hat. Like so nondescript. And I'm sorry if you're watching this one first and didn't watch part 1. What we were discussing in part 1 was the things that make your name good, and is it you presenting yourself the way you want to be presented? Does it fit your character? Does it fit your brand? Does it describe you? Especially considering the fact that, as we were talking about in the hip-hop culture, as we are rappers and DJs and graffiti artists, and we name ourselves because we're presenting ourselves in a different way. For the most part, like I said, there's exceptions, but we basically name ourselves. So if your name does not fit what you're doing, that makes it a bad name. If your name lacks sense, it's a bad name. Case in point, Earl Sweatshirt. Okay, so moving on. Who the fuck is Honey Cocaine, and why would you name yourself that? Like, to me, and if y'all have ever heard of her, let me know. But without even looking up nothing, I was just like going through a list of rappers' names, you know, just trying to jog my memory, because a lot of them I did know from memory, and a lot of them I was doing some, or I might have not remembered the name exactly. And I came across Honey Cocaine. Without even knowing anything about her, I bet you this is a blonde-haired white girl who is trying way, way, way too hard to be gangster rap. That's just my guess. I don't know shit about her. Y'all comment below and let me know if I'm right. Chanel West Coast. So apparently you're from the West Coast. Now see, this is the difference between why I didn't think Flo Rida should have been number one. The difference is he's representing where he's from, but he did like a clever play on words with Florida and something that was actually related to hip hop. Chanel West Coast is just like, oh, okay, so you from the West Coast, good for you. Like, I don't even know why we're considering her a rapper. Like, stick to just being the pretty girl on Ridiculous and don't do shit else, please. Because she's another one trying too damn hard. I seen her video trying too damn hard to be motherfucking Beyonce and Nicki Minaj all rolled into one. Like, stop it, cut it out. Now I want to get into the old school. These are the names that, even though there were some different ways, some different naming conventions back then, that these names were still pretty fucking terrible. Pudgy the Fat Bastard. You could have just left it at Pudgy. I was okay with Pudgy. You know, when you're putting yourself out there as a hip hop artist, a lot of times we can be self-deprecating to take the wind out your sails so you can't do it to me. That's why you have so many rappers like Biggie Smalls, aka Notorious B.I.G., and you have Big Pun, you have the Fat Boys, you know, because if I already tell you that, you can't shame me for it. So Pudgy was okay, of course, us as rappers with our unconventional spelling, and it was Pudgy, P-U-D-G-E-E, but we didn't need Pudgy the Fat Bastard, and then Fat was pretty hot and tempting, P-H-A-T, unnecessary. Rapping forte. Is rapping your forte? Are you rapping for a girl named Tay? And of course, it's rapping for Tay. Y'all, sometimes. Silk the Shocker. The reason why I think Silk the Shocker is a bad name is because what was shocking about you? I could have seen somebody like Eminem being named Silk the Shocker. Like, oh my God, yeah, that's a Shocky White. Spitting like that? Shock. I could see somebody like a Busta Rhymes or somebody like a Mystical's name being Silk the Shocker, because they was like always like electrifying. Silk the Shocker just don't, I mean, it's not that hot of a name to begin with, and then it don't even fit you either, so it's just an epic fail on all parts. Brother Lynch Hung. And y'all mad at Soulja Boy, tell him. That's a sentence? Brother Lynch Hung? Kinda. It's kind of a sentence. Like, but I will give him this. He's a sick, twisted bastard, so I ain't gonna say like the name don't fit him. Because he's a sick, twisted motherfucker on the rhymes, like, for real, but Trick. Now, sometimes you get a bad name because if there's already signed artists, somebody already has the copyright to your name. Kind of the same thing I was saying in the previous video. Look, you can go back and watch that one. I was talking about Snow the Product. If there's already an established, right, it ain't even an established artist. If they took the initiative and they had their name copywritten and it's copywritten, you're going to have to do something to switch your name up. I hope that's what happened with Trick. If y'all don't remember Trick, he had a song with Eminem. He was from Detroit, Welcome to Detroit City. In which case, Trick Daddy was already out. So I don't know if maybe Trick Daddy, maybe there was already a Trick, so Trick became Trick. Because I think Trick Daddy's name was just Trick too at first. And I'm thinking maybe it was already somebody that never blew up whose name was Trick. So Trick Daddy went with Trick Daddy. And this motherfucker, instead of saying Trick, Tricks, Trickster, just went with fuck it, Trick. Sound like a little kid. No, you know what it sound like? A little kid calling the puppy, come here, Trick. Come here, Trick. Like, you coming in with Eminem, D12, Obi Trace, and all of them, and you coming like with that straight, we from Detroit, we don't play, we spit bars out this bitch, and your name is Trick? No. I was always confused by Puff Daddy. Puffy, period. Like, Puffy to me sounds like a rapper who either was a Snoop Dogg, Wiz Khalifa type. All he did, like, he was, you know, he was a weed rapper. Or he was of size. He was a man of size. I'll say that. He had some weight on it. None of which is the case. Or maybe your name is Puffy because you got an afro. Like, just nothing about Puffy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy has anything to do with why. And then I'm like, well, maybe his name is something that has to, maybe Puff is in his name. No, motherfucker. His name is Sean Combs. I can't. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to group these two together right now. And these two are Bone Thugs and Harmony, all of them, and Fu-Schnickens, all of them. There was this thing in the 90s where people named the whole group and then everybody was like part of a family, so that was everybody's name. There was a singing group, they didn't make the list because there was a singing group that was called Ex-Girlfriend. So all their names was their first name, but their last name was X, but not X like Malcolm X or Mia X or Sadat X, but X like EX, like as in ex-girlfriend. I know, right? But in this case, Fu-Schnickens was just Chip Fu and whoever Fu. So all their last name was Fu. Shaq was honorary member, so he was Shaq Fu, and like, just no thank you. I know Fu was for Unity, and I believe all of their names were acronyms. You're doing too much for a name. You're doing too much. It's too much. It's too much. All Fu-Schnickens is already a motherfucking, you know, and then y'all names is too. Like, no, just doing too much. Bone Thugs and Harmony, on the other hand, a little bit more clever about it. So we got Lazy Bone, Crazy Bone, Wishbone, Busy Bone, Fleshbone. Fleshbone? Do you mean flesh and bone? So he gets a special shout out of the Bone Thugs and Harmony. But that was just, I'm glad all that shit is out of style, because that shit's fucking corny. So, but that was something, that was a naming convention in the 90s at some point, y'all. I don't know why. Here's my honorable mentions. Actually, my honorable mention is anybody whose name is blank the blank. As you can see, there were several of them mentioned. I did say, wait, oh shit, wait, go back to rappers I'm not familiar with. I jumped to Chanel West Coast and I missed this little fucking trend. I love Mackinnon and I Heart Memphis and Party Next Door. 4 fucking sentences for names and y'all put Soulja Boy Tell 'em. Okay, but so blank to blank. Now sometimes when somebody's name is blank to blank, it's clever. And also there are times, like we were talking about with Trick Daddy and Trick. I see why Snow the Product's name is Snow the Product, because you couldn't just be Snow. It's already an established artist. Maybe we'll say he was a reggae artist, but we consider, you know, reggae and hip hop like together. MC Shan produced his album, like, you know, so we'll say Snow. And so therefore you have to, sometimes you have to add that the, because it's a common thing. Smooth the Hustler. Well, first of all, we already know it's a female rapper. You know that you've been played Strawberries on Top of Me named Smooth. So you couldn't just be Smooth. And a lot of times, no rapper comes out national. So if this is your name in your area and nobody in your city has this name, and then you get a little bit bigger and nobody in your county has the name, and then you get a little bit bigger and nobody in your state has your name, nobody in the tri-state, but then you get on and they're like, oh wait, you can't use this name because this name is copywritten. There's already another artist with this name. But sometimes I think it works best if it's somebody's real name, because I feel like they're just describing themselves. And again, we're going back to the presenting yourself the way you want to be presented. It's just the fact that it's kind of overused now. Like, I'm going all the way back to Del the Funky Homo Sapien. I'm going all the way back to R.A. the Rugged Man. I'm going all the way back to Law the Dark Man. Smooth the Hustler, Trigger the Gambler, J. Rue the Damager. And like I said, when they become naming conventions, they all come out at the same time. But it's overdone. And then you get like these really, really bad ones. And God forbid, oh my God, because they got to put duh instead of the. Like, I will tell you some of the ones that I do like. I do like Tyler, the Creator. I do like Chance, the Rapper. Kind of reminds me of Bob, the Drag Queen. Like I said, some of these rappers' names sound like drag queens. Devin the Dude, I don't have no problem with that. I mean, because he has, again, like that fits. That fits. Because when you hear Devin's music and the character that I'm not going to say the character that he plays, but just like on The Big Lebowski, and it's like, that's just the dude. Like, Devin, the dude, like, I see that. Like, I can see why that works. Tyler, the Creator, like, we already know he's a little off. Very creative dude, and it's Tyler apostrophe, the Creator. Like, that motherfucker did it grammatically correct, too. I'm like, work. I don't know if Chance the Rapper's real name is Chance. Let me know, but it sounds like it could be. And that's just a statement. Like, I'm not here for none of these funny games. I'm not here for your fashion show. I'm not here to be your role model. I'm not here to do all this other stuff to becoming the motherfucker artist has become now. No, motherfucker, I'm Chance the Rapper. That's what I do. I rap. So sometimes it like really, really works. And then sometimes it's really fucking stupid. Because Trigger the Gambler was stupid. Your name was already Trigger. Did we need the Gambler? But again, maybe that. Look back to that. Royce the 5'9". It don't sound bad, but it do sound better than Lil Royce, because apparently you just let everybody know you're short. Or maybe there's multiple rappers named Royce from Detroit, and they would be like, you know, think about 5'9". Maybe, I don't know why that stuck, but you know. JT, the Bigger Figure. Why? I like, sometimes less is better, people. Del the Funky Homo Sapien. I love Del the Funky Homo Sapien. Or maybe I should have put him on my list of people that I like. I'm kind of undecided about his name. It's not great, but once again, it so fits his style and personality that it works. Like, that is very, 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 very important. Like, if that fits your personality and it works, and if you watch the old video, if you watch the first part of this video, I went over rappers that I really, really, really liked. That names do fit them very well, but if they didn't and they wasn't nice on the mic, them names would be motherfucking hot garbage. So I didn't mean for this to be such a long video. series, but like Watch Mojo had just really pissed me off, and like every video they do about rap and hip hop, I'm like constantly asking them, please stop doing. Like I'm literally putting comments like, if you're gonna do these videos, please get a writer that knows hip hop, because y'all fuck up all the time. So anyway, if I missed anybody's names that was like super terrible that I didn't remember, comment below on this video. Go ahead and watch the other video as well, part 1. We'll see what's going up on in the world. If you guys just are somebody that's like so dedicated that y'all watch all my videos, first of all, thank you very fucking much. And secondly, a new RuPaul's Drag Race will be up on Thursday. I don't know if anything's going to be in between. So thank you so much. Real quick, I should put this in the first video too, but remember, never forget, even though Rudy Giuliani did, tomorrow is the anniversary of September 11th, so, you know, that was the last time our country was as one, and it's sad it took a tragedy like that. Let's hope that it don't take another tragedy for us to get back together again. So, anyway, it's your girl, Jimmi Pynk. This is...